All right, so this is for all the fellas, man. I really want to talk to my fellas on this one. And my apologies if you hear the sirens in the back. We downtown. It is what it is. And maybe that's there's some irony there because perhaps this is an alarm that I want to send to a lot of the fellas in my life, my bros, and just overall, whoever's going to come across this video. And if you want to send this type of message to some of the men in your life, then I ask you to share it. I ask you to share it. We're losing ourselves. We're losing ourselves, and I'm just going to talk about one particular aspect, and it's surrounded by, or it's about health and wellness. We're losing ourselves, man. We're not taking our fitness seriously. We're not taking just the wanting to be strong seriously, wanting to be in shape seriously. And what ends up happening is we become liabilities. We become physical liabilities. And I know currently in society, and I've fallen victim to this before, where we prioritize money. We'll say money is everything. I've said that. I've led the charge on that in a lot of areas. But I also realized that I was always taking care of my fitness and not necessarily paying attention to that. It just came as a norm to me. It came as something that I know I needed to do. It was a necessity. So I never even factored it into the equation in a lot of ways. And even if I did factor into the equation, I still was pushing this money is everything. Our health and wealth needs to be prioritized just as much as the money that we're making, or perhaps even more. Us being in shape, I think it impacts us in a lot of different ways. How I look at health, I connect the mental to the physical to the spiritual. And one usually gives us some hints or tells the story on the other, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. When we're not taking our health seriously and when we're comfortable with looking a particular way, it's not just about the look, but it is something about the look, because the look is what allows us to feel confident. Look good, play good, right? We all know what that means, especially if you play sports. Now, that's not the only thing. Obviously, you have to come with some substance. You have to train. You have to make sure that you're prepared. So it's not just about the looks, but when it comes to our bodies, how we look usually says a lot about our preparation, our detail, our priorities, whether we take fitness seriously, whether we wake up and do something that none of us want to do. Just a little news flash for y'all. Nobody likes working out. Or I don't know a lot of people that like working out. I know sometimes we associate the working out with the results that we'll get in the end, but working out is putting our body through pain. Working out is putting us through a physical challenge. Even with yoga, that's why I like yoga, because yoga is, for me, one of the most challenging things that I can do, because it's going to be a war with myself, to push myself to hold this particular position that I'm in. Just an example. But we got to figure out a way to challenge ourselves, and for it to be a priority, that we have to be the strongest versions of ourselves, the best conditioned versions of ourselves. And that just has to be the norm. That has to be our foundation. It impacts us in every single area of our life. The fact that we got so many of us out here pre-diabetic, obese, like, that's just a decision that we make. That is a decision, a consistent decision every day that we make to not prioritize our health, but to prioritize our fun, our convenience, what feels good, what tastes good, all these different things over what we know is best for us and what's going to allow us to reach that, or maximize our potential, I should say. We got to figure out a change. It is this is when I used the word earlier, liability. If something happens in a situation where we have to run, where we have to lift something, where we have to climb something, do you really want to be the person that as a man, right? As a man, do you really want to be that person that ends up causing issues for the entire group, that isn't able to save our mother, that isn't able to save our girlfriend, that isn't able to save our daughters and sons, that isn't able to save our fathers? It doesn't have to be just women. Do you really want to be that person that wants to run, that has to carry somebody and I know I may be using extreme examples. I get it. I get it. But that doesn't stop us from listening to the extreme examples that we hear in any other aspect of our life, especially when you turn on the news. We base our life off extreme examples when it comes to that, but not when it comes to our health, something that we should probably be more extreme than anything about. So I don't know. I know I'm just rambling a bit here, but I told myself in the beginning of this year that I would judge this year based on the people that I'm able to influence and impact and inspire. And it was very important for me to do this with the people that I'm closest to, my loved ones, my family. Here I can jump on this camera all the time and talk, give my opinion here and there, here and there. A leader is able to lead people. An influencer influences people. And we have to figure out different ways in order to lead and influence based on what we see as our purpose. So my purpose for this year was to lead and inspire people to become the healthiest versions of themselves. And that way, you give yourself the best shot of becoming the best version of yourselves in any other area in life that you're focused on. We can't be liabilities out here. I don't want to be around. And you know what? You know what it comes down to? It's selfish. It's selfish. It really is selfish. We can sit here and it's not I don't want to have the macho conversation, or I can defend myself, I can defend my family, all these different things. We are just best. Matter of fact, we avoid certain situations by just being in shape. We avoid certain situations by just being in shape, whether that's an altercation or whether that's not being in shape and having certain insecurities that we have, to now we feel like we have to defend certain things, where if we were in shape, we would just let them go by because we don't have those same insecurities, aka sensitivities. I don't want to be around liabilities. I don't want to be around people that are just, how can I put this without sounding, all right, nobody should want to be around people where they're always the source of inspiration. They're always the source of accountability. They're always the source of pushing people one way or another, and bringing out the best of people. We should all be able to lean on each other for that. We should be around people that inspire us to become the best versions of ourselves. We should be able to be around people that hold themselves accountable to a certain standard. So that way, when I'm around that person, it encourages me to hold myself to that standard. I don't want to be around liabilities because it doesn't allow me to live in my purpose and to maximize my potential to fulfill my purpose. So that may mean stepping away, or I don't know. It's not like this is definitely not a video that is meant to say, yeah, I'm tapping out. I ain't messing with none of y'all. Nah, it's actually meant to just do the opposite. Maybe this is me calling for help. Maybe this is me. Yeah, consider this a call for help. Everybody's needed, everybody's necessary. We need everybody as a team to put in their share. Everybody needs to contribute their fair share. Those are the best teams that I've been on, where everybody takes their role very seriously, no matter what that role is. If you're just running down on kickoff, you take that role just as seriously as if you're a starter, the starting quarterback. And it's like, what do we have to lose? We only have stuff to gain. Matter of fact, what we'll end up doing is when we prioritize our health and wellness, is we'll probably end up deprioritizing all the other stuff that usually serves us as a vice. When we prioritize our overall wellness, we're probably not going to want to do, even if we want to do certain things, we're probably not going to be able to do them when we lead, or I should say, are led by us becoming the healthiest versions of ourselves. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that everybody should go on a green diet for the rest of the year and only eat raw vegan food. I'm not saying any of that. We're not even there. We're not even close to that. And I'm not even saying that. And I'm also acknowledging, we should have some balance. I watched the interview with that CEO of Red Lobster. I watched the interview. It was before the one that he did with the Breakfast Club, and I'm forgetting the brother's name. Let me actually hold on. We want to shout him out. CEO of Red Lobster. I think it's Demola Adam Adamolikan. Demola Adamolikan. All right, so I believe that this is the brother. Yeah, this is him, Nigerian American brother, and he was saying how he gets up at like 4:45 every day, and he runs. That's his thing. That's his fitness. He runs, but in the afternoon, in the evenings, he sits by the pool and has a cigar. I don't know if he has a drink with it, but that's the type of balance that I want to strive for. I'm not saying you got to have a cigar every day, but what I am saying is that there can be a certain level of balance, but the balance, in my opinion, should be heavy on the fitness, and then us try to balance it out with the other stuff, rather than heavy on the vices and us trying to balance it out with a little fitness. To me, it's more beneficial and a lot easier and more practical for us to lean heavier into the overall wellness, and then be able to, all right, sprinkle the, keep, putting a little bit more fun or whatever else, we want to put in there to balance it out, however you see is the best balance for you. So that's how I'm feeling about this. That's how I'm feeling about this. Like I want my friend group, my bros, my brother, my family. I want everybody to, I want us to have a certain standard that we live by, where it's like, hey, we got fitness. We got to make sure that everybody in the family is able to run/walk a mile at this pace. Everybody's able to, all the men are able to lift this amount of weight. All the women are able to lift this amount of weight. All of the whatever it is, I think that those should be certain standards that we hold ourselves to, because at the end of the day, it's going to allow us to enjoy each other for a lot longer. And we're not going to be selfish to the point where, now we can't do certain things because we want to include everybody, but everybody may not be able to do certain things be based on their wellness and based on things that they've allowed themselves to get to a certain point. You know what I mean? I want everybody to enjoy life. Like, this stuff is, I assume life is a lot more fun when you don't have to think about certain things like, oh, I may be a little too big to do this, or I may be a little too out of shape to do this, or I want to do that, but I don't think that I can even hang. So therefore I'm not. I want us to be the most confident versions of ourselves. I really do. And I want to win. Like at the end of the day, like this is about winning. This is about winning. I'm on a team with anybody that I give time, effort, and energy to and locked in with. I consider you as, I mean, why would I not consider you as a part of my team? I'm a part of your team. We have a team. So if we want our team to win, what's good? How do we put our team in the best possible position to win? That wellness component is a huge part. Getting money, yeah, that's a huge part. Helping people, that's a huge part. There's a lot of different parts to it. I'm just focusing on the wellness because I think that sets a lot of the habits. It builds the habits. It builds the tools, the skills that we can then apply to other areas, the discipline that we can apply to other areas of our life to where then, of course, we'll be successful in those other areas. There's a reason why companies like to hire former competitive athletes, maybe still competitive athletes. There's a reason why companies like to hire former military. They have a certain level of discipline, camaraderie, likes competition, pushes themselves, demands the best. All these different factors and attributes that we know will, when we contribute them or when we apply them to other areas, whether it's business, whether it's being a good parent, whether it's being a good son, whatever it may be, it's going to help us in those areas as well. So this is just my call to all the bros in my life. I'm probably going to do a shorter video that I could put on Instagram, but I just wanted to jump on here and express some of my feelings, express some of the things that were on my mind, and just use this as another way to maybe inspire one person, two people, three people, who knows? Who knows? And so hopefully there'll be, people that I know, and hopefully it'll be people that I don't know and can build with maybe in the future. And even if I don't build with in the future, we're connected on the energy of this video. Yeah, I just want us to win. And when I say win, I want everybody to enjoy life, truly enjoy life. I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy life and all the fruits that come with it. I want to the victor go to spoil. I want to win. And the best chance I have at winning is to be around winners. And I don't want to search for winners. I want us to search for the winner in all of us, as far as my round, my circle, my family. We already have it. So why look elsewhere to create a group of winners that I can build with? Yeah, certain people will come into the mix naturally, but I got a team right now. I don't need to jump ship. We don't need to jump ship. I don't want somebody jumping ship from me because I'm not inspiring them, and I'm taking away from some of the areas in which they want to be successful. So just wanted to share that message with y'all. Hopefully it resonates, and hopefully we're able to just build and bring out the best of each other, because what could be more rewarding, what could feel better, and what could be better than that? So I'll see y'all soon, man. Y'all share with a friend, share with some family, share with your bros, share with whoever you think can benefit from hearing this message. And maybe, you're just not able to, you haven't been able to inspire them in other ways. So maybe this message could at least open the door, at the very least, to taking those steps in the right direction. So with that, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.